All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host. BKP, and you're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Yes, Joe Biden has issued a pardon for Dr. Fauci, Liz Cheney, and all of the January 6th Select Committee. Everyone involved with the January 6th that day, any law enforcement or any staff that was involved, meaning Michael Byrd, who murdered Ashley Babbitt, has been pardoned, and Mark Milley, Dr. Fauci, Mark Milley, Liz Cheney. Wow. All right, so I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. We will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. with the Georgia Hour. We appreciate all the kind words and the legislation. People are starting to read legislation and keep up with it. And we will get back at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. But today, thank you so much for joining us on this historic day. We have a live feed. Diane has an eye on that. We should be about time. Are they at the White House? Have they gotten to the White House?
I know JD Vance and
her amendments are in place, then I think we will know we're doing something right.
Sorry about that. JD Vance and his wife met with Kamala and went in. I'm guessing they went into the White House. That's what it looked like. They didn't do it live.
Okay.
But then
they
have a big, huge barricade right in front of. This is the Blair House, right? And
yes.
They have a big, huge barricade. Like somebody, there's a vehicle inside the white tent, and that happened right before JD Vance and Kamala shook hands. So I don't know if they're there at the Blair House or I'm not sure.
Jill and Joe.
This is right outside the Blair House. So this truck with the trailer pulled up just recently, and then all these black cars are lined up, and there's one vehicle inside the white tent.
Okay, Joe and President Trump and Melania were supposed to be received at 9:40 by Jill and Joe at the White House. You did not.
That has not happened.
You didn't see that happen?
No.
Okay. All right, so we're going to keep that feed up there, folks. As we're running the C-SPAN feed, we're not going to bounce around. C-SPAN has a feed running all day long. You can watch everything here. Soon, President Biden and Jill will welcome President-elect Trump and Melania at the White House. So that hasn't happened yet. We have the live feed. You will see it here when Joe Biden and Jill receive President Trump and Melania Trump. What do we have happening right now? And again, we'll follow it all the way. What we're going to do, I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. What we will be doing is the inauguration has been moved inside the rotunda at the Capitol. Only about 600 can make it in there. There was originally 2,000 planned for the risers, and now only 600 can get inside. So we're not for sure exactly who the guest will be inside. There's been a lot of talk. There is Ivanka and Jared and the children this morning. They're coming from the church service and headed into, I would suspect, yes, they're headed into the Capitol. Guests are headed into the Capitol. There'll be a feed on this door. There'll be a feed on the door where we can see who is getting in. They'll be setting up, and you'll be able to see camera who's getting in to the rotunda at the Capitol, going to be present. Now, the And let's see, I'm trying to figure out who that is. There's Don Jr. going in to the Capitol this morning, as you can see. And there'll be a camera on that entrance all day long. And again, only 600 can go into the rotunda. We'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Now, about 10:20, we will probably take a break, and then Diane is going to come back, just so you know. At 10:20, we're going to take a break. Diane will come back with the live feed. All right. Diane will come back with the live feed. I guess Joe will be leaving from the Capitol. Not for sure if that is Marine Force One, if that's where Joe and Jill will be leaving from.
Yeah, I believe so. That's the Marine Force One. And he'll walk out there and take the Marine Force One out. Isn't it usually from the White House lawn they go?
Yes. Usually from the White House lawn is where, and they have a ceremony. So I'm not for sure what we're seeing there, Diane, because usually they have a ceremony, and most of the cabinet and several people go out to greet them, and they shake hands and say goodbye and hug, and then they get in Marine Force One and say goodbye, and then there's a live feed. Remember, there was such a live feed following Bill Clinton and the Obamas. I mean, it was almost like when Clinton left, they just forgot. They forgot George W. was going into office, and they followed Clinton all the way to the airport security, and basically almost left George W. the inauguration camera feed and went with the Clintons all the way to it should have been Gitmo, right? So at 10:15, we're going to about 10:20, we're going to go to break. Diane's going to come back. We're going to have the full screen. She's going to come back. If Diane sees President Trump and Melania at the White House with Joe and Jill, we'll come back to that feed here in just a minute. Tomorrow at 10 a.m., we will be right back to our regular scheduled programming. At 10 o'clock tomorrow, we will have the Georgia Hour with BKP. If you'd like to help read legislation, we'd like to have your help. That'll be tomorrow. And if you just joined us, Dr. Fauci and Dr. Fauci, Mark Milley, Liz Cheney, all of the January 6th Select Committee have been pardoned. Yes.
So, Argentina, former British Prime.
I don't know what you had there. You got something ready to go?
Yeah, I just showed the tech oligarchs were there in the church service with Trump.
They were all there?
Yeah.
They all went to the church service with him. Wow. Were you able to get a shot? Was there a shot of them coming out? Is that what it was?
No, it was just a X reporting that they showed, just like this.
Oh, okay. All right. So, as soon as we get a live feed of them at the White House, Diane, can we get number 7? This is the setting for the rotunda, where he will be sworn in later today. And what about the January 6th prisoners? Let's go ahead and listen to that from Trump yesterday. What is going to happen? Video 7, as we await for him to go to the White House.
And tomorrow, everybody in this very large arena will be very happy with my decision on the J6 hostages. Very happy. I think you'll be very, very happy. I would say about 99.9% in this beautiful arena. And by the way, I want to thank the owners of this arena.
Reverend Frank Mann all joining.
Sorry about that. It was just more people going into the Capitol.
All right. So when they have a live feed up, trying to see. Give me number 22 as we're waiting for Trump. You see the pardons. This was on. They were asking yesterday about Kash Patel, members of the executive branch deep state, as Kash Patel has on his list: Christopher Wray, Lloyd Austin, Bill Barr, Pat Cipollone, Gina Haspel, CIA, and Frank McKinsey, sitcom general, Afghanistan, as they pulled out of Afghanistan. And let's see what else I have here this morning as we're awaiting the next. Diane, can you give me number 55? Trump should be going to or getting to the White House any minute now. I mean, I know you're watching for it, but Republican women of Hall County, that'll be Thursday night. Come over and say hello. I will be over there Thursday night. Come over and say hello, Republican women of Hall County. And a quick shout out, number 50. And I think it'd be the perfect time to do my very brief, I know what kind of day it is, Fannin County Republican Party, Valentine's Day dinner, February 8th. We'd love to have you there. Now, this is my number 49. What else is happening today? Tonight, it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day in America, Martin Luther King Jr. And tonight at 7:30, Ohio State and Notre Dame. No, I know it went around the internet that JD Vance was not going to be sworn in today because he's going to the Ohio State game, and that's not correct.
You're seeing the motorcade entering the conference.
Okay. All right, here we go. We have there we go at the White House.
It was
right?
this motorcade that was over at the Blair House, and this should be Trump.
So this is the motorcade that was over at the Blair House.
Yeah, so I guess Trump went into that white tent and they got him out, and then now he's back in, and this is the live feed. Do you want me to turn on the audio?
Yeah, go ahead. Turn on the audio on this as we're listening.
Jake in Connecticut, Republican line. In fact, hold on, Jake, just for a second. Let's watch some of this arrival. Joe Biden, the current president of the United States, and First Lady Jill Biden welcoming the president.
So, did Joe say welcome home when he got out? I don't know what Joe said. At 11:30, you can see on the screen, they will be, JD Vance will be sworn in at 11:30. Right now they are meeting. This is they're having tea, maybe cookies, tea and cookies. Donald Trump's having a Diet Coke, but anyhow, Melania. Wow, I mean, I'm sorry. I'm trying to report this and talk about it at the same time. At the same time, I'm looking at the trade that we're making, Diane. I mean, Joe and Jill, folks, we are just 2 hours away. The countdown clock is 2 hours away. At 11:30, JD Vance will take the oath of office for Vice President of the United States. At 12 o'clock, Donald Trump will take the oath of office. You see the flag flying up there, the wind. They say the wind chill factor. I don't know. There's been a lot of discussion around the reason they moved it inside. Looks to be a beautiful sunny day, but it's only about 22 degrees. The wind, high winds, and the wind chill factor. So they have it moved inside. There'll only be 600 in there. We will see when they get inside, maybe some of the guests. And so they're in there at the White House, and they have a meeting. Diane, they went back. What you say is the motorcade went back to the Blair House and went in that white.
Yes.
I wonder how many SUVs are in that white canopy.
There was only one inside, and then they parked at angles on the outside. Then they shut the curtain before anybody got out of the one vehicle. And then, you saw all of those SUVs parked backward and right along that spot. But and then there was like 3 that went through. Once they opened up the curtain and started moving, there were like 3 SUVs that actually went through the tent, and then they did the motorcade over to the White House. It was really just a really short drive, maybe a minute over to the White House.
All right, folks, at about 10:30, they should leave and make their way over to the Capitol. That's when you'll see a continual feed. There should be a continual feed. This is
the Capitol here.
Right. There's a brief session starting shortly in the House. They actually, to do this today, they have to have a legal session of Congress opened up today. So they'll open up at 11 o'clock a session of Congress, and then they will move to the inauguration, and that session stays open, and it will be closed later in the day. After that, they will close that session. Before we get to anything else, give me number 43. And when we go to break at about 10:20, what we will do is we're going to come back. Diane's going to put it up, and she's just going to let CNN's live feed run, no matter what it is, until I come back in. So scheduled Senate committee hearings, meetings are today. So the committees are going to have when will the cabinet start being seated? They play the session if you could.
The House will be in order. The chair lays before the House a communication from the Speaker.
The Speaker's Rooms, Washington, D.C., January 20th, 2025. I hereby appoint the Honorable Virginia Foxx to act as Speaker Pro Tempore on this day. Signed, Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House of Representatives.
The prayer will be offered by Chaplain Kibben.
Would you pray with me?
All right, go ahead. Go ahead, take that down. All right, they're opening up a session of Congress right now. Scheduled Senate committee meetings Monday, January 20th at 4:30 today. The committee will vote on Marco Rubio at 4:45. The committee will vote on John Ratcliffe on 5 o'clock today. The committee will vote on Pete Hegseth. Russell Vought at 5:30, and also at 5:30, Kristi Noem, Homeland Security. Now, what this means is the Senate committee meetings, these committees will vote to recommend. And even if the committees would not recommend, and they will, it'll probably be right down party line. Marco Rubio might get a couple Democrats. I don't know about others. But once the committee votes, that's a recommendation to the full Senate. So I'm not for sure when they will vote, but this happens today on these nominees. Now, keep in mind, these three right here, number 4, they're trying to, these three, they're trying to stop. They're trying to stop Tulsi Gabbard. They're trying to stop Kash Patel, and they're trying to stop RFK Jr. That is something they are truly trying to do. They're trying to stop all three of them. Yesterday, what say you? I want to make a what say you on TikTok? What do you think about TikTok going dark and then coming back? What do you think about that? Now, listen to this as the day goes on. They are so angry. Listen to how bad the networks. I could show you all kinds of places where listen to the Trump haters, video 11. Can you play video 11? How bad they hate Donald Trump.
Held a campaign-style rally yesterday in Washington. His speech was filled with his usual false claims and exaggerations, like Trump promised the crowd executive orders on immigration as soon as he's sworn into office. Watch.
Tomorrow at noon.
So this guy, as they say, the usual false claims and exaggerations. They hate this man so bad. And the reason I actually wanted to play that is we need to understand they are not finished. Bottom line, they are not finished. They plan to go after Trump. So I was talking earlier. Tonight is, let me get this out of the way, Diane. All right. Number 49. Tonight is the national championship game. Notre Dame and Ohio State. All right. National championship game, Notre Dame and Ohio State. That takes place right here in Atlanta at the Mercedes-Benz Dome tonight at 7:30. So if you don't want to watch ballroom dancing, you can watch the football game, national championship. Let me just say this. I actually enjoyed the NFL yesterday. I do not like the Kansas City Chiefs. The joke is going around that they've already called a roughing the passer on the Buffalo Bills for next week in advance. Kansas City Chiefs. The Texans, I'm not impressed with, but I do not like the Kansas City Chiefs. The Buffalo game was really great. It came down to the end. The weather changed an entire season for both those teams. They had to play through the elements. I really enjoyed that. Rams just didn't have enough for that snowstorm. They didn't have enough for that snowstorm yesterday. But I will tell you this. The Detroit Lions are still trying to figure out what happened because the Washington Redskins, they went in there And wow. So right now we have Buffalo Bills, right? Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs, which I am pulling for the Buffalo Bills. And we have the Philadelphia Eagles, which just LA couldn't handle the elements yesterday. And Matt Stafford, good guy, but just couldn't handle the elements in Philadelphia with that snowstorm there. And so Philadelphia is playing the Washington Redskins. I would like to see a Washington Redskins Buffalo Bills Super Bowl. We'll leave it there. So take that down. All right, Diane, back on the live feed. Anything happening on the live feed that we need to keep up with?
So I guess
right.
To the right is your overflow, because that's not inside the rotunda, or that's not the stage that they have set up. So this is there's a screen up there that they'll be able to watch. I guess that's for the rest of the 2,000 that can't get into the rotunda. I saw they haven't let anybody sit in the seats yet, but Kevin McCarthy was bucking to be first in line, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna keep. There we go. Let's go to that feed right there. As you can see, that was earlier, correct? That's earlier where they were greeting them. That's
earlier.
That's an earlier. The Biden's
brothers here,
Jill
and sisters for the.
Sorry.
Jill and Joe. That's okay. Jill and Joe are in a tea, a little mid-morning tea with Melania and Donald Trump. I wonder in there, Diane, if Trump says anything about the pardons. I wonder. I really do. I wonder if he says anything about the pardons. All right, it's 10:10. We're going to leave here in about 10 minutes. We're going to take a commercial break. At 11:30 right now, you're going to see we've got this live feed going. You don't have to go anywhere. They will have the feed run live when the Trumps come out, and they will join. Donald and Melania will join Joe and Jill and making their way over to the Capitol. They will go over together. They will come out and go over together. There's
Kristi Noem.
Square. Did you see Kristi Noem?
Yeah, she came out of that bus.
There's Andrew Clyde on the back rail. You see Andrew Clyde? Right there. His arm was on the rail. That's him. That's right there. His fingers on the rail. That's Congressman Andrew Clyde right there. These are members of Congress coming in. I see Byron Donald. These are all members of Congress coming in right now. You see?
So that's the House chamber because of those seats, right? Yeah.
Yes.
They're leaving the chamber right now.
Right. Yes. There's Congressman Clyde. We see there Byron Donalds. Who's the doctor from Texas right there? Used to be Trump's doctor. What's his name again?
I don't remember.
But you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So the cabinet, I guess, is coming out of that bus.
The cabinet's coming out of the bus? Okay. So we see the members coming out of the House, headed toward the rotunda. We have the cabinet members coming out of the bus, as Diane spotted there. You will see the Joint Chief of Staff right there, the Joint Chiefs of the military until further notice, till Donald Trump appoints a new Joint Chief. You will see all the heads of the military there. You should. Every branch of the military. You'll see the Supreme Court there soon. You'll start seeing them come in. You're going to start watching on this feed everyone coming in for 12 o'clock, and you'll definitely see JD Vance at 11:30 will be sworn in. That's going to be exciting. I mean, there is the Prime Minister of Argentina. I can't pronounce his name. I cannot pronounce his name, but that's the Prime
Malay
Minister
or something like that.
Yes, right there he is, Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister from Italy is supposed to be here today too. I can't get their names, all right. So, as you see, Congress is still members of the House are still funneling out. They've opened the session, and they're still funneling out there, making their way to the rotunda. And you will see coming off the bus and the entrances. So we're going to bring this up now at 10:30 when we come back. As everything starts happening, I'm going to go away. I won't be in the bottom corner. We're going to leave. We're going to leave the entire ceremony today. I'll let Diane know when I want to come in and maybe make a comment. I'll give her the high sign. She can have it ready. I could come in, maybe let you know some things that are taking place. Nancy Pelosi won't be there today. And Nancy Pelosi won't be there today. Either will Michael Obama, Michelle. You wanted it. You wanted it. Michael won't be there. Nancy Pelosi won't be there. We will see sooner or later on the split screen. We will see whether you want to or not. Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton come in. They're not staying for lunch. Laura Trump and Obama is not staying for lunch. Okay. And who do we have here? I can't see from the sunshine.
I think that's Trump's cabinet.
There's different members there I can see. Okay. You'll see Bill Clinton, Hillary, George W. Bush, and Barack Obama, and no one is
there's
staying.
Tulsi in the green. I recognize she's in the center green suit.
There's Vivek, right? Yeah, that's Vivek. I see him in the back. Huh. Okay. So, Diane, we're going to go ahead. Wait a minute. You're going to start seeing the place, this feed. We're going to let you see everyone come in. And everyone come in. There's Elon Musk. They were at St. John's Church, right? And there you go. Michael Waltz resigned today from the House. Oh, God. I could have done without that, Diane.
Maybe you should have gone to commercial.
No, it is, there's Mitch. Oh, gosh. All right, so we're going to have a feed. They're all coming in. I'm going to go to commercial. When we come back, don't go anywhere. When we come back, Diane's going to have the live feed. I'm not going to be in. We're going to have a live feed as soon as we come back to commercial. You can watch everybody coming in, and we'll let C-SPAN take it away until I come back in. So let's take a brief break. What an amazing day. I want to say once again, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's do this together. You and I, Diane, all of us worked so hard last year. Chewed all our fingernails off. We never gave up hope. And we're here. So they're having tea. Diane will come back about the time they're leaving. And then she will have a live feed for you so you can see everybody coming in and out. I don't know. Maybe she may comment. I don't know. You know how Diane gets, right? Oh my! Did I have to see John Boehner? Oh my God!
Did you miss McCarthy? I mean, yeah.
No, I didn't. Miss McCarthy. No, I would have got him with the first shot. I never.
He was itching to be first in line.
Oh gosh. There's John Boehner. I wonder if John Boehner's sober. Okay. Now, where else are you going to be that somebody's going to say something like that? I wonder if John had a quick cigarette and, had a shot outside. There's Newt. He's getting a free vacation. Where are they going? They're going to be the ambassador somewhere. Oh, what a swamp. All right, so folks, Diane will be back with the swamp creatures momentarily. I will see you in about 20 minutes myself. Take me out of here, Diane. Take a break.